the more I say this, the more I can express this, the more I can put these offers out there. It's even if it's only one person who starts doing this, one person starts thinking, oh yeah, you're right, I'm going to start expressing like this. I'm not going to follow this copy and pasting. I want to express the authenticity of who I am. Knowing and believing in that, this is where we start making change. This is where we start seeing everyone start to create in their own way. And you know what's going to happen? We're going to start connecting to the people who connect with us. There's going to be more people like me who just need to see and listen to someone and go, yes, I want to work with you. There's no more of these sales funnels. There's no more of these desperation techniques or these things that make us feel uncomfortable. It's all just based on pure energy and what we want and what we desire and what we want to do right now. That's all I want. Eventually you get to a space where you really, really want to fine tune and find a way to share those things that you're offering, or find a way to connect with more people, or even just to make more sales. We get washed by the idea that I've been on this spiritual journey. I've healed myself. I'm connecting to more than this physicalness that you can see. Why would I want to be doing something that seems so physical, something that so many people are doing? Why do I want to be part of that collective that believes in that? Everything we think comes from a belief. Even when we are sitting in our own spirituality, even when we are sitting in our healed state, there's still beliefs attached to that, even though we're someone who's been working on that. And I can tell you, as someone who's seen a lot, heard a lot, experienced a lot, read a lot, felt a lot, jumped into a lot, believed a lot, it all changes. It all gets seen in different light eventually. We're always expanding, we're always growing. And part of that is for us to really fine tune our message, what we want to say, how we want to say it, what we want to do, how we want to help people. This is what I see. There was a time a few years ago when many people decided to wake up. Many people decided to start listening to their own internal voice instead of the voices that were around them and telling them what to do. People got to find out who they were and really sort of tap into this new awareness of their existence. Along that way, many people started to untap these potentials and these skills that people have in ways that they can help other people. Many stemming from people themselves like me thinking, oh my goodness, I was this person, now I'm this person. How can I help other people get to this stage? Because this person is what I think is way better than that person. It's more fun, it's more enjoyable. I'm doing the things I love, I'm making money, I'm having better experiences, whatever the reason is. Somewhere along those lines, you decided that you had something you could help people with. Now, even though we're on that path of looking for our own ways, looking for a way to make it work for ourselves, we had to start listening and learning and buying in from the way the rest of us were collectively believing in that or finding that path, which meant that when we had something to offer, when we wanted to share something out in the online space, how is everyone else doing it? What is the way we should be doing it? What is the way that is working? And I'm going to use a lot of those words that I refused to listen to in the beginning because they didn't align with my spirituality. Words like sales, words like marketing, words like funnel and email list and lead gen and opt-ins and customer experience and all these words. I went, ooh, it's not part of my spiritual experience. So there were ways that people were able to say, okay, I've got this offer, I've got this thing, I've got this way that I can help people. let me try and find some sort of marketing format that's going to work for me. And guess what? There were so many. There were people who were tapped in, tuned in, and turned on to so many different ways in which they were able to create in that space, in the way in which they were able to connect with people who needed whatever it was that they were offering. And these steps, these processes worked. They were great. Here's your lead gen. Here, let's take you on a journey. Let's give you a low offer. Let's give you a high offer. Let's put you over here, go over here, offer free things, comment on people's things. All those things worked for the people they were supposed to work on. But those people that you were speaking to, that audience grew. And so have you. You've grown from that space of where you were, where you believed that that was the only way to market. So what has been happening is when you're still using those techniques, they're not working anymore. They're becoming crickets. And it's, oh, it must be the algorithm. Oh, I must be doing something different. Oh, I've got to engage more. I know, I need to go pay for ads. And so you try all these other things and it's still crickets. Maybe you're coming up with some new ideas. Maybe you're trying some different strategies that you never did before, but it's not working 100%. There was another group of people at that same time in that beginning stage that went, I'm learning more about myself and things I can do and who I believe I am and what I believe this existence is. And they rejected all forms of marketing. They believed that energetically or spiritually or however they connected, that everything was going to work out exactly as it needed to work out. And all they needed to do was to listen to that voice within, to follow those nudges, to follow that intuition. They didn't need the funnels. They didn't need the lead gen. They didn't need an email list. They could literally just get on camera, speak their message to people. People would connect and people would reach out and want to buy whatever it was that you were selling. And that worked as well. That worked for those people as well. But guess what? That also became crickets. So now you've got all these people that have grown and expanded and have moved through marketing and the way that they are selling themselves in a certain way, and they're finding that it's not working. So whilst they're growing, so's their audience. And we know, well, you may not know, but the whole essence of marketing is matching your product or service or whatever it is that you are offering to someone who wants to buy it. How do you find those people who want to buy what you're selling? And depending on where your thoughts or your beliefs or where you come from, if you are someone who is in this healed state or the spiritual person, you may not want to attach to the idea of the general population and the way that the marketing works and the way that you target specific individuals or specific genres or niches or whatever it is. Because if you're over here in this different state of being, this different state of awareness, but you're trying to target the people who are not in that awareness because the thing that you are offering, the service, the support, whatever it is, you are seeing them as people who are not in the space that you're in. So you're wanting to find a space where they are in order to get your message to them, to pull them over into your world. And that's one of the main points that you get taught. Who's your client? Who's your avatar? Who are you speaking to? So that you can then tailor make everything that you're saying and sharing and offering to those people so that you can start hanging out where those people are. So you can start creating your graphics and your wording and your funnels and everything to meet those people where they're at. The other part, there was another group of people who tried both of those different paths, who tried the, I'll just show up with my intuitive messages and things I want to do in the moment. I'll also try these structured, formatted processes and see how they work. Both of those strategies didn't work. So what they did instead, whilst they were trying those strategies, they were looking at themselves. They were saying, hang on, this isn't me. I don't believe in this. this isn't working. Well, first, let's be real. First of all, it's, oh my God, this is not working. What am I doing wrong? Trust me, all of this is coming from first-hand experience. When you're trying one way that is proven, that everyone else is telling you how to do it and it's not working, okay, I'll try something else. Then you try the opposite of that. You try and do the way that you feel is the most authentic to you, the most flowy and ease state you can to do it, and that doesn't work. You hire mentors and coaches and programs, and you learn and you grow and you do things, and none of these things are working to the way that you think they want to work. But in that process, the thing that you were doing is looking at all of that whilst all those perceived failures were happening. What am I not saying? What am I feeling? Do I believe in that? Is that something I really want to do? Is that something I really want to offer? Is that really the kind of people that I want to help? Is that really the place I want to hang out in? Do I really want to do this like this on social media? Do I really want to show people how to do this? Do I really want to share how to do that? Why do I feel like I can't offer that? Why am I losing my belief in myself and being able to offer that? Why am I coming up with these great ideas and falling flat at the finish line? Why am I not being able to be proud and to really speak out how I can help people? Why am I just creating it only in this way and not doing this way? How is this making me feel? How is my body reacting? How is the experiencing, how are the experiences around me unfolding? What am I believing? What am I believing about myself? What am I tapping into? What am I not tapping into? What am I holding on to? What am I rejecting? Because when you are constantly failing at something, there's two things you can do. You can either give up, or you're going to continue through and find out why, find a different way, try different things, dig deep and see if you can get past that. There was a whole group of people who were doing that. They were the ones who were working on themselves. They were the ones going within. They were initially seeing that outside force, that outside response as a way for them to look internally. They realized that what they were doing on the outside had nothing to do with the response they were receiving. It was more about who they were, how they were feeling, what were they believing. The ones who did that, the ones who sat in that, and now at that state where they're going back to where a lot of other people started. How can I market my offers? How can I show people how I can help them? They're the ones who worked inside. Now they're ready for that outside influence. Whereas before, the others started working on their inside, decided that they needed to work on what was happening outside in order to bring people in. But now they're realizing this isn't working. We need to go back in. We're the opposite. We're ready to market because we've done that healing. Before, if you had told me that there was a level of marketing that you could do, you could decide to use for yourself to market yourself, I would have told you, nope. I'm doing it my way and my way only, which is not really different to what I'm doing now. The difference is I don't have any of those beliefs attached to it. I don't have that icky, ooh, don't say the word sales in me. I'm spiritual and energetic, and I can't align myself to those words because that's, ooh, that's gross and uncomfortable. I'm now in a space where I don't attach to any of that. My only goal has always been me first. Getting this right so that everything else out here is right. And because of that, I'm now in a space where instead of applying the collective ideas of how we were supposed to be marketing or how we're supposed to be sharing ourselves in the online space, I can now utilize all that information that I learned pull all of those thoughts and ideas from different people and different ideas and go, okay, how am I going to make that work for me? Because being this 3D being, as spiritual as we are, as 5D as we want to be, we're still here experiencing here in this. We're still attaching to collective ideas and thoughts. We're still existing in whatever our reality looks like. So in order to bring that together, we need to see how it is working, understand how it is working. But because we know ourselves, because we're expressing ourselves authentically from the inside out, we get to combine the two. We get to market in a way that works for us. We get to market in a way that is energetically aligned to who we are and the way that we want to show up. Like right now, me doing this video, first I was like, oh, should I do some makeup? Should I clean up the background? I better move that whiteboard and look at that notebook over there. No. Because why do I need to change what my background looks like in order for you to watch more, in order for you to listen more to what I'm saying, or to buy what I'm sharing, or to take hold of what I'm offering? How does that make a difference? This is who I am. This is part of who I am, and this is how I market. I'm marketing myself. Everything I offer is an extension of who I am. So if you don't like who I am, or who I'm being, or how I'm showing up, you're not going to want the things that I am offering. If I change this whole background to one color and had perfectly placed just a few items so I did not distract you, yes, the background is distracting. I'm noticing now how distracting it is. Would that make you engage with me? Would you look at me and say, oh my goodness, wow, that is so neat. I really want to work with her. They're not the people I want. Before I started doing this video, I found someone referred me to a platform I knew about because I already had a login, but I revisited this. See, this is where originally when I first found this place, I wasn't ready for it. Reintroduced again, snowball effect. So what happened was, in line of that, because I'm in this different state, because I want to get my message, my offers, the things I can do out to more people, I started learning as much as I could. Now, I've bought a lot of marketing, social media, setting up ways in which you can approach people, do things, etc., etc. I have all of them, but never have I been so open and studious than I have been over the last few days. And I mean, I binge dived into the knowledge of the way that marketing is supposed to work, and specifically funnels. See, this is really weird for me to say that, because there's no way I would have thought that I would be here talking to you about a sales funnel. 2 words that before would have made my whole body clench up and go, no, I'm not doing that. Don't make me do it. I'm too spiritual. And I learned a lot of things. And let me tell you, there was a lot of that I did while I was reading that. Not because these are not proven systems, not because they don't work, but because they don't align with who I am. I understand the whole process and the reason why these steps are in place, why these proven strategies have worked. I get it. But that's when you're talking to a certain group of people. You're not talking to the people like me. The people like me, I know we're a lot rarer. The people like me aren't doing those things that those strategies are targeting for. So the way in which I need to be able to do that has to be a way that it's going to attract people like me. When we're talking about our ideal avatars and our perfect client, that's me. That's me 5 minutes ago. That's who my ideal client is. So how do I attract to things? How do I purchase things? How do I want to work with other people? And it has to be how I want to work with people now, not how I wanted to work with them 3 years ago and what I've done in the past. What is it right now? And I can tell you, I am that person, and this is not many people on the planet, this is for sure. I can watch a video, I can listen to someone, And if they're talking about something or offering something that I need in that moment, or I want to know more about, or I want to dive deeper with, I will connect to what they're saying. I will go stalk their socials, what they're offering, what they're doing, see how I can get into their world, and I will buy whatever it is. It's not their sales funnel that sold me. It's not their email sequence that made me buy things. It was not the quick hurry now. If you don't buy this immediately, you're going to miss out. It was none of those things that will work on me. And I know that's not most people, but that's how I operate. I am now at that level where I will seek out things I need to know. Oh, if I wanted to learn about funnels, I'd Google funnels, or I would trust in whatever I believe in, the universe, our existence, to, oh, look at my TikTok feed. Here's someone talking about funnels. Interesting. I love this person, etc. That's how I'm going to find things. It's not from me being sold to by using a certain structure. It's about me energetically connecting to the person who is sharing what they're sharing. Because it doesn't matter what they've learned, or what they're helping you with. It's going to come from who they are and how they are energetically matched to it. The difference is there are many people who could take on board a structure or the way something works and say, okay, I've learned this, now I'm sharing this. And, that's pretty much what we do in our jobs, is learning something and sharing something. And not for everyone is that an expression of who you are. But because of this whole journey of me spending all that time with all these perceived funnels not work, I don't know why I'm doing quotation marks so much, with all these funnels and structures that weren't working, having that space and that time to do that inner work allows me to be in this place where I can now energetically express myself using the marketing tools and structures that already exist, creating new ones, blending them with other things, but making them mine, making them an expression of who I am. We can see time and time again people just mirroring other people. One of the things, this is one of the things that I went, about the most when I was learning, is how they teach you to, hang on, let me get the correct term. Funnel hacking. Now, even though I don't attach to words and things like that, funnel hacking is finding people in the same area, having a look at their funnels, seeing what they're doing, seeing what's working for them, and then copying it. There are tools, there are add-ons, there are ways in which you can track how much they're spending on ads, what they're using, what websites, what programs, what's their click rate, what's their like so many things. And I'm like, okay, I get it and I understand it. It's learning from people who look like they've mastered something that you want to master. I get that. But there's still a little bit of that ick factor of, I don't want to copy and paste someone else's stuff. Sure, I can look at a great sales funnel and go, okay, that's got some really good points. That's got some really good graphics, or that's great copy, or, oh, I like the way they added that. I get that. But there has to be a level of you in it. There has to be a level of trust and authenticity in the way that you show up, in the way that you express yourselves, in the way that you want to do things that align to what your beliefs are. Like, many people will sort of think of that idea and go, no, that's not for me. I'm not doing that. I'm doing it from scratch. And trust me, I am that person. It's like, no, let me do it all myself. And what happens is some people with some amazing funnels, they take some time to get there, especially if they practice and used and tried different things and they've sort of really tweaked the way that that process is going to work for their ideal customer. And yes, that can save the legwork. I mean, that's the whole reason people have services and offer their support, is to bypass that learning curve. But like many people, it's no, I'll do it myself. Let me do it the hard way and tweak it. And you can. There's nothing wrong with that. Because the other part of that is if you have removed all those beliefs and you're not attaching yourselves to the way that you were perceiving any of those words or the way that you were believing that you had to show up in a certain way, funnel hacking is going to be, okay, well, I'll try it, whatever. I don't have any attachment or resistance towards it. I'm going to go see what this person's doing. They're doing an amazing job. The thing is, though, people like me, people like us, we're not offering things that funnel is going to work for. The way in which we want to show up, the way in which we want to express ourselves isn't probably in that way. So the reason why I've done this whole video, there is a whole point to this. And yes, I want to sell you something, but it's not because I believe that it's the be all and end all, and this is what you need, and this is something that you can immediately jump in on, because I know when you watch videos and you're listening to people speak and they start saying, okay, let's start selling you something, like, ugh, no thanks. But most people aren't trying to add a sales spiel at the end because they just want to sell you something. Okay, some people do, we get that, but most people don't. They honestly know that they have something that can help you. So everything I've ever offered, or anything that I've ever spoken about or wanted to share with you, was in the way where I felt that that could help you in some way. Somewhere where I have either learnt something or experienced something, and I'm reflecting, sharing, or trying to support you in a way for that to happen. And this is no different, except it's kind of my thing, so it is different. And the way that I approach things, it's normally not just from one angle. Sometimes you won't even see the the places I am coming from, even just offering one thing. There's so many levels and layers to it. But this one is obviously a lot of different layers, and for some, it's going to sound like a lot. But honestly, I am one of those people who likes to try and take all this information, all this help, all this assistance, know and find out what your end goal is, and bring all of that into one point to make it easier. So even when I speak about it now, I know some of you are going to hear it and go, oh, it's too much. So I will try to say it simply to not overwhelm you. So it is going to be about sales funnels. And if you are someone who is resisting those words or that idea already, remember, this isn't going to be your typical sales funnel. And actually, if those words are triggering you, first thing I'm going to say is go and look at that. Second thing is change it into something else. Find some words that don't make your body feel resistant so that you can hear the rest of what I'm saying. Call it a magnet. No. The attraction factor. No. The vortex. Okay, call it whatever you want. So this program I was just talking about before is system.io. It's been around for a little while now. Its main purpose is a marketing funnel, a sales funnel. You can add courses, communities, etc. on it. The reason I like it, there's a few different layers. First of all, it works. I've used many different programs. I have been a lover of Kajabi for so long, it's not even funny, because Kajabi is mostly pretty easy to use. I've moved into other platforms similar to that. I've also been in some new, smaller ones that I have been working with over the last few months, and they're a little clunky and a few pieces aren't working. But when I first started getting into system.io, it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. There's no clunkiness. There is a learning curve. So as someone coming from Kajabi, where you don't have to think about sections, rows, and columns, you can just create things. Moving into other sites, and prior to system.io, there were other ones that were all WordPress based. It was a learning curve for me because I was used to being able to not have to think about that. Once you get into that mindset, things are a lot easier. However, you could be listening to that and going, oh no, I don't want to learn anything new, and I get it. Keep listening. There's more coming. So part of system.io is the funnel factor. And you can go have a look at what I've created as a funnel. And I don't want to give you all the teachings of what all these marketing words mean, because that's going to be part of the thing I'm going to offer. And they'll also put you off. Once you start attaching all these words and ideas of what this is and what it's supposed to be, this is where those beliefs and ideas start to detach and start forming opinions. So we're going to look at it like this. This funnel or this vortex that we're going to create to bring people into your world is literally going to be a holding place that shares who you are and what you have to offer. That's it. It's not going to be armed and lined with, look at this great marketing tool. Look at these right copy words that I've used in exactly the way that pulls on the heartstrings to make you want to buy my stuff. Look at the way I've used this color over here, or I've made you put this urgency on this page, or I've put you into my new email sequence. We're not arming it with all of that. Of course, you can look at all of those things. That's not what this is. I want you to think of this as a place for people to find you and what you have to offer. Yes, we have websites, but a sales funnel is going to specifically target people who want an introduction into your world and what you have to offer. We can do that on a website. Yes, we know that, but this specific purpose of a funnel will lead to something that you are selling or something that you are offering. And if you are inclined to put them onto email lists, you can do that as well. So what we are creating, ignore all those words, is a place for people to find you and what you have to offer. Now, we can do this on your social media. We can do this in person. We can do this via email, the DMs, groups. There's so many other places that you can do that, but we can use them to tie them in to take them to this one place. This one place can then be your placeholder in this existence that you can use everything else you have to lead them to that thing you are offering them. So think of it like that. This is like the center of your existence. Just pretend and know that you are the sun and this whole world is evolving around you. So you, as this being expressing whatever it is that you're offering, we're just literally going to put that into something digital, into that online space so people can find you there. Because we know people can find you energetically, people can meet you physically. We know we can connect with people. We know that we can connect with people energetically all around the world, all around the universe, and whatever else you want to believe in. But digitally, we need to find a space for you to fit. And how good is it if you just have this one place that you can lead everything else that you're using? So that's what we're going to visit. That's what we're going to view this as, your little digital placeholder. So how do you create that? How do you do that? I know you're probably like, hang on, what's happening here? What do I have to do for this? Okay, so with system.io, and I know this sounds like a salesman, even as I say this, oh, you sound like a salesman. See, beliefs, don't worry about them. I'm just using the name so I can explain it better to you. You can create your own funnel in there. You can start from scratch. You can use templates. You can buy other people's funnels. You can purchase ones online. You can get free ones in different groups. There's many different ways to create your funnel. But what I've created and what this video is about is what I want to sell to you. Yes, I'm saying I want to sell to you, is because I think this is something that is very encompassing of a few different ways in which we can bring and make this placeholder come to light. Is we're going to set you up on the system. It's free for you to start. Eventually, if you want, you can upgrade to a paid membership. Now, if you have used places like Kajabi, you know what the fee structure is like. And if you are someone who is not making enough money, or maybe you just don't want to pay for it, it's a big expense. By using this platform, you can set yourself up with this placeholder that we are starting with right now, and you can grow into other platforms, into other plans if you want. And trust me, they are so low, it's not funny. Trust me, Like, why am I saying trust me? Trust me. It's not like a politician. But honestly, when you compare it with other platforms, it is a deal. It's good. The other thing is, because now you're probably wondering, how do we create a sales funnel? So this whole package that I'm putting together, it's going to obviously include training. And then I can feel you already saying, oh, I don't want to learn how to do something new. And I get it. That's why there's different levels to this. There's different layers to this. This is how I offer things, because I know not everyone is the same. Even though I'm talking to myself, there are moments where I want to learn how to do something, and there are moments where I want someone else to do it. Because that's another part of this. I will create your first sales funnel. Yes. And it won't be a copy and paste, here's a generic one that everyone's using, we'll just put in your products or service. It is going to be based on what you want and how you want to share yourself and how you want to take your potential customers or clients on a journey. And the beauty of it, and with this platform, is that then you can copy it. You can create more funnels if you want. You can adapt it. You can sell it. You can do whatever you like with it. I wanted to create a space where we could put your digital placeholder point into this existence, but allow you to learn how it works, how the system works, in case you are someone who likes to do things themselves, or you do want to make your own changes, etc., to it and tweak things later on, as well as a place for people who don't want to do any of that, who want it to be done for them. And when it is, when they look at it, when they get to understand it, maybe they go back to the training videos and learning videos and see, oh, okay, this is what this does. Now I understand how this works. Or how do I do this? Yes, there are heaps of training videos already in the system, but it's me. I have to put my own take on it, because I like to try and make it more relatable to the people in my world. Because if you're in my world, you like the way that I speak. And if I'm teaching you the way that I speak, it may be an easy way to understand. Because I know sometimes you can watch a training video and you're like, I know they just explained it really simply, but I don't get it. And sometimes you just need someone else to explain it. So the funnel will be the system. I will show you how to run through the system. I will also explain how a funnel works, but not in all this gross sense. It's going to be analyzed. Like, I will give you the gist of what things are, not using the fancy words, not telling you how to do things to make people buy your stuff. I'm going to tell you the actual purpose of what each step is and why they're there, so you can decide which pieces you want to attach to, which pieces you want to include, which ones are not for you, or ones that you want nothing to do with. So we will go through that. I will also go through the process so that you can then create the journey for your customer. So you can listen and understand how it works. Then you can create that perfect experience of what you want someone coming in to find you. So when they're in there at that digital placeholder of you in the online space, this is wrapping you up and what you have to offer. How do you want someone to experience once they hit that spot? That's all it is. That's all you're doing. Imagine that you had a friend coming over for the first time and you were meeting them. What do you want to do? How do you want to hang out? What do you want to talk about? What do you want to show them? How do you want to show it? What do you want to offer them? Just think of it like that. So we will have a video for you to learn and understand that. There'll also be a workbook and templates for you to decide how you would like that to look at. Then once we're able to get to that point of understanding that journey you want to take them on, I will create the funnel for you. Now, this is going to be based on the idea that you already have your product, service, offer, whatever it is in place. You already have something to offer someone. If you are not quite in that space, there are other ways that I can help you get those things finalized, even if it's a course, if it's a one-on-one, if it's a coaching package, whatever it is. Just just let me know. But this funnel is going to be built based on something you already have ready to offer. And like, I know that already sounds like a lot, but I am adding two things to this. Now, you don't have to take these on. And these may sound overwhelming to you, but they're actually godsends in the end. And one of them is the scheduling tool that I use called Metrical. I'm going to set you up and show you some videos on how to use that. Also free. There are paid versions of that you can use, but the free version will suffice for your needs right now. I wanted to add that on because whilst we have this new funnel created, you want to start driving people to that funnel. How are you going to do that? Through your social media. If you are creating a new social media plan or you want to target more than one platform, if that's what you're on, it is a time saver and sometimes a lot easier to schedule, plan, and put it in a scheduler. So you don't pay for Metrical. I'm not giving it to you. You may already have it, but I will give you the training and show you how to use that and support for you in creating the scheduling of your social media to get people into your funnel. So whatever support is needed for that to get you there, I will do that. The other thing I'm adding is another tool. Of course, I'm not giving it to you. You have options to it. Is Pictory. Now, this is an AI tool, and I know some people don't like AI, and that is fine. You don't have to grab it. This is a paid tool. You do have a trial period in the beginning that you can try out, but if you are someone who is going to be creating a lot of social media to drive people into your digital placeholder, it's going to be a bit of a time saver, especially if you are doing your marketing as reels or short videos or writing things and turning them into videos or putting words over text. There's a few different tools in there that may help you. So I'm going to add that in there and show you how to use it and get you set up and started. Of course, you don't have to use it if you don't want to. You can just use the free trial. But if you are someone who is going to benefit from the tools that has in the way that it saves you time and helps you maybe create more or create better in the ways that you want to create, it may help you, but you won't know until you see it, because that's the whole thing. We don't know about any of these tools until someone refers us, until we see someone speak about it, because the old days of advertising and marketing and the way that we find things is long gone. Everything is open to interpretation. It can be given to us in any way. It could be in a conversation at a shop. It could be at the bottom of a TikTok video. It could be right smack in the middle. It could be a whole YouTube video talking about different things in the way that they work. So we need to think outside the realm and have a look at any of those places that we're hearing people talk about and seeing people experience good things with them. We know there's many people out there who will say amazing things about things only to get you to sell them. I am not that person. Even if you don't know me from a bar of soap, I am not that person who is going to spruce something and tell you just to buy this because I want your money. And all these three things that I've spoken about with System.io, Metrical, and Pictory, they are all affiliates. So yes, I will be giving you my links. Yes, if you buy things, I will make money. But these are things that you can add on to your little world of existence as well. That's the beauty of System.io. And these many System.io, these are some of the many tools you can use once you start building that funnel, once you start having that first placeholder, once you start combining and working out ways in which you can bring all this together. You can start adding things on like this. You can start adding affiliate commissions. You can start adding different tools and techniques that are going to help you expand and make money and get your face out there, get your message, get your service, your offers in front of more people. And I can tell you, if you've made it this far in the video, that means you're already interested in this. Now, this is the place where many particular sales funnels will tell you to do something. What's your call to action? But I know if this is something that you need or something that you want, you will at least go and check out the sales page. And my sales page was pretty easy. I could have carried on and on and on because we know. Have you ever seen a sales page that just scrolls and scrolls and scrolls and scrolls and scrolls? You're like, oh my God, okay, because they're trying to sell it to you. I'm not. I just want to tell you the benefits of it. I just want to give you a place that you exist, that people can find you and you can share your offers. That's it. My sales funnels aren't designed to put you on an email list so I can start giving you a low offer, a mid offer, a high offer, and expanding and following this journey and following this process. Of course, you can do that for you if that's what you want. But for me, it's not. I just want to get you out there. I want to get you started. I want to get you moving. If you need something else, come find me. If you want free stuff, I have free stuff and free spaces. If you want one-on-one, sure, go do that. But I don't want to sell it to you. Yes, I can be in your space. Yes, I can be telling you and sharing with you the things that I know and that I have learned. But it's always so that you can start expressing your own way. That's the ultimate part of all of it is you start grabbing in that knowledge as much as you can, seeing what's out there, seeing what's being said, seeing what's in that collective energies, bringing it within yourself, combining it with those desires and those things that you really want to create and making it yours. Because when you're expressing yourself from the inside, from the depths of who you are, you become this beautiful magnetic being that is attracting everything to you. And the more I say this, the more I can express this, the more I can put these offers out there. Is even if it's only one person who starts doing this, one person starts thinking, oh yeah, you're right. I'm going to start expressing like this. I'm not going to follow this copy and pasting. I want to express the authenticity of who I am, knowing and believing in that. This is where we start making change. This is where we start seeing everyone start to create in their own way. And you know what's going to happen? We're going to start connecting to the people who connect with us. There's going to be more people like me who just need to see and listen to someone and go, yes, I want to work with you. There's no more of these sales funnels. There's no more of these desperation techniques or these things that make us feel uncomfortable. It's all just based on pure energy and what we want and what we desire and what we want to do right now. That's all I want. That's all I ever create any of these experiences for. So if you're interested, I would love for you to check out the sales page, which is literally just going to be my placeholder to tell you more about what this offer is. And of course, if you have any questions or queries, come find me. I am in all the places, although a lot less lately. I can tell you, I do not attract to the way that we're supposed to be showing up in the online space. I 100% believe it's all energy, it's all energetic. And that's how we bring the perfect people to us. That's how we become more aligned with who we are and what we know and what we want to know and what we believe and what we feel. And then everything else just becomes magic around us.